Hello and welcome to another home training session. My name is Rhys and I will be leading you through a series of exercises today in a home training session all about dribbling and turning using 4 color cones. We're going to do some skill moves. We're going to have a fitness challenge at the end that's going to incorporate some running. You can do this in any size space that you have. You just need a little bit of a space to be able to dribble to and from different colored items. You don't have to use cones. They can be absolutely anything that you want as long as they won't break. Things like socks or hats can work great as well. To start, you are going to be dribbling around your area, going from color to color. It is not too intense or too fast at the moment as we are just getting our bodies warmed up. We're trying to do different touches here with left foot and right foot, inside and outside touches, keeping the ball under control and not letting it run away from us as we turn around our colors. Then once we've gotten the hang of that, we're going to switch over to some pullbacks. So we're going to put our foot on top of the ball and pull it back as we go to each color. You can do this session where you have someone calling colors for you, or you can just go to colors of your choosing at random moments. Just make sure to not go back and forth to the same ones. Get all 4 in. Practice a variety of different methods of doing this pullback and angles of doing this pullback. So now with that same pullback, you're going to start in the middle, in between your colors, not really going to one specific color just yet as you do the pullbacks. And then once you hear a color, you can either again have someone call it for you, or perhaps you can call a color for yourself. Then you go to that color and then back to the middle. Try the pullback with both feet as well. Don't just be doing it with your right foot or your strong foot. Try it with both. You might want to do it with the foot that is closest to the cone in the moment. And if that happens to be the left, then absolutely use the left as well. And once you have gotten the hang of the pullback, you're going to change over to the chop. So now you're going to go through the legs, touch, through the legs, touch, as you stay in the middle and you wait for a color to be called. As you can see here, every single time I go through the legs, I'm having an outside touch right after with the opposite foot that did not chop. So a little bit of a dance here as I'm quick on my feet, back and forth. Only one touch in between and it's out of my feet into space so I can do the next one right away. And then I can also do the chop once I go to the color as well, either through the legs with a little bit of a hop or through the legs with that foot planted on the ground. You just need to make sure you have distance in between those 2 legs to allow you to take it back through the legs. If you can master this skill move, it is a great one to beat defenders as they think you are about to pass or shoot, but instead you just take it back through your own legs, fooling them completely. The next one we are going to do is the step over. Try to avoid that spin afterward. Try and keep it on the same side as the foot that you used to step over the ball. You're going to use that same foot to then touch it, and you're going to spin in that direction rather than 360 all the way around to get the ball again. And when you go to the cone, you can do the step over as well. Make it exaggerated, really fake it like you're going to pass or shoot, and then you step over the ball instead. You take it with an outside touch back into space. The step over is another great one to master to beat defenders by doing a fake shot or pass, and then take it the opposite way, unlike the chop where you're taking it to the side of you into space. The step over is used when you want to take it back the way you just came, or to advance into space that is behind you rather than in front of you. And then you're going to move on to the rollover, foot on top of the ball, roll it over from one foot to the other, crossing that leg over as you do. You can do either a dribble around at the colors, or you can even try the rollover at the colors as well. You just have to get your body positioned right to have the rollover go back toward the middle. So now I'm going to show you some examples of going to a color and doing that rollover back towards the center or back toward another cone. Always try and get your hips angled correctly so that you can do the rollover properly and get it back to where you want to go next. There's so many different ways to do rollovers as well, and I'm going to show you 2 today in our skills challenge that we're going to have later on. So make sure you have the rollover down because it is going to be important for the rest of this session. as you can see me trying some fancy rollovers here. So give that a try, going to all different colors, see if you can get to all 4 colors at least twice, doing a great rollover. And then you can move on to today's skills challenge, which is a specific skill, actually 2 specific skills, the first of which is what I call the roll, step, chop. So exactly as it sounds, you're going to roll the ball over, step with that same foot and the other foot, and then chop it back in the direction that you started. So you'll see a variety here in fast motion and slow motion, where I roll it across my body, I step, and then I chop it back. Not an easy one, but one that with a little bit of practice you can certainly get, especially if you are already comfortable with the basic rollover. Trying some of these varieties will allow you to have more in your wheelhouse. So make sure that you do not shy away from trying this out. You can see me now doing it in a walking motion as well, exactly the steps that are required. Rolling it over, stepping, and then getting that foot far away enough that you can take it back through your legs. I need to step forward with the opposite foot that isn't starting the move after I roll it over to get it back through my legs. So I would love to see your videos of you trying to attempt this skill move and see if anyone can do it better than me. I'm sure you can. The next one is the roll, step over. So I'm going to roll the ball over, and then I'm going to step over. And then I might take it back, or I might take it in a different direction from where I started. So I roll it across my body, and then instantly I look to step over the ball. And you can have a step in between the roll and the step over, or you can do it right away without having that extra step. The foot that rolls it over, you're going to do the opposite foot to step over. Try it as always with both feet. If you get comfortable with one, make sure you do it with the other as well. So I showed you quite a few in slow motion, and I'm also trying to give you a couple in fast motion as well, so you can see how fun this looks in fast motion at game speed and why this would be a great one to beat a defender. They have no idea where the ball is going, but you do. Finally now, we are moving on to today's fitness challenge. So you're going to have all 4 of your cones or your items at one end of your room. It doesn't really matter how big of a space you have. Just go with whatever space that you have available to you. And what you're going to be doing is a shuttle run back and forth from one end of your room to your items. Pick up the items one by one and place them where you started, one by one, until you are done. The first one that you're going to do is without the ball. The second one that you're going to do is with the ball. So I'm going to put my ball to the side. I'm going to get the hang of what it feels like bending over, how exactly I want to do that, how exactly I want to stop, what position I want to be in when I'm picking up the cones, so that when I do it with the ball, I now know exactly how I want to do it. And I'm looking to see how fast I can do it. Can you beat my time? Maybe your space is bigger or smaller than mine. My time was 13 seconds. So give that a try. If you have a space that looks about the same as mine, see if you can beat my time of 13 seconds. If you have a space that's bigger or smaller, give it a go, time yourself, and then see if you can progressively get better and better, faster and faster as you beat your own high scores. So you can try it again, see if you can go faster without the ball, and then add the ball in once you feel comfortable with it. That one was a little bit quicker. I did that one in just under 12 seconds. Give this a try now with the ball as you put your cones back in order. So a little tip here for success. What I'm going to do is, on the most successful ones here, I'm going to have an outside touch rather than an inside touch to get it back into space where I want to go. You'll see that especially when I reach the end wall, that my touch is setting myself up for the next action rather than having it behind me. I'm going to make sure it's in front of my body weight momentum so I can get it back there, and I didn't do that quite as well when I was picking up the cones. So perhaps that is why I didn't do it quite as fast as I could have. And you'll notice I'm only using my right foot here. That one was 16 seconds. I'm only using my right one. Now I'm going to try only with my left foot. So you can try with both feet. You can try with just one and then try with the other. See how fast you can do it with a variety of different touches. Maybe both at the same time, maybe right foot only, and then maybe left foot only. See what you can accomplish using different methods of getting there and back. So that was a couple on my right foot. This is the second one on my left foot. Make sure no handballs as you stop the ball down and pick up the cones. Don't cheat by throwing the cones when you get there. Make sure you reach the end of your starting area. Get there, put it down. 14 seconds, so a little bit better on that one. And make sure you get a proper cooldown once you are done. I'm going to put my cones in order to help me do that in just a little bit of a row here, like a skipping rope. And I'm going to go through them like a skipping rope or a ladder that I'm going to go through with some different shuffles, some high knees, butt kicks, some through the gate or open the gate, close the gate, all kinds of different things. And these cones are just helping me get the right level of intensity down, as I don't want it to be too intense at all as we are cooling down the muscles. You can also do some dynamic stretching in general and also some static stretching if anything is sore. If you enjoyed this fitness challenge, make sure that you send me in your videos of you completing it and show me how fast you were able to do it. It would be amazing to see who can beat me. So I'm doing some high kicks now with my legs going through the gate, through the little gap between the cones. Backwards high kick now. Lots of different dynamic movements that you can do to cool your muscles down. Just make sure that you are not sitting down or laying down right away. You want a proper cool down in so that you don't get injured. I hope that you enjoyed this session, and I hope you've been enjoying the sessions in general. I hope to see you very soon for another session. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.